Hello, dear friends. I know the holiday is coming to an end. I will not have so many luxury nights that I can make this blah 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 video with you. So I make a lot of blah blah tonight just to use this time. This is one of the most cherished or valuable time. Later there will be work, pressure, and a lot of things, class to prepare, so many things to do. I will not have that much time. So this video is about learning Chinese. I have a blog of Chinese learning, and suddenly I have put on this blog only 1 day or 2 days. Within 1 or 2 days, it got 500 views. So including some of my previous views, 200 something. So at least there are 300 views in 1 or 2 days. I know that you are interested, and I would like to share with you some of the thoughts I put on learning Chinese or learning language. First, what I am thinking, it's kind of methodology, and if I dare to call it a methodology thing, the method of learning Chinese. One of my thoughts is that language, no matter what language you learn, language can be enjoyed at any level of any background. You know only 1 sentence or 2 sentences, you can still enjoy and go deeper. If you have a bigger vocabulary, you can enjoy. You have less vocabulary, you still can enjoy it. And another thing that I think about language, I think language is a very elegant science. It can be as logical as mathematics, and also it can be as creative as art. There are grammars that makes the language following a certain rule and a certain pattern, so that you can, as soon as you know these grammars and sentence structures, you get into the language logic and reasoning and rational. It becomes very scientific, very mathematical, and very rational. And on the other hand, language is such a living thing. There are a lot of exceptions. In French, we say il y a toujours des exceptions. There are a lot of exceptions, and these exceptions make the language a living thing, a lively thing, and make our learning more interesting and also more creative. And as for learning language, I wrote down some points so that I will not get lost. And before you learn language, you have to make a goal. I do not mean a material goal. Do not make a material goal or too realistic goal. I will learn 200 characters in such day, and I will learn 300 sentences. These kind of goals can put you into too much pressure, because it's oftentimes you fail to reach that goal. And also, you can learn all these things, but it does not mean that it will go into your brain. Language is not a creative job. You just need to practice and always using it and keep learning it. It's an accumulation of job. For example, if you keep listening to it and speak something, about 6 months you get a confidence of that language, that tone, that things get into your brain, and it does not sound so foreign. At the very beginning, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, other people talk to you in a new language you are learning, in the target language you are learning. It just does not bounce back in your brain because it's not yet entered your brain. It takes time. 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, depends on the density of time you put into the day. If every day you learn 3 hours, listening to the music, Chinese songs, targeting language songs, or listening to radio or people talk. Of course, if you live in the targeting language country, that is the best. Then you need shorter time to make that comfortness. If you learn 1 or 2 characters a day and 10 minutes a day, it sure will take longer time to get that comfortness into your brain. It is accumulation of labor, of your hard work, of your heart and soul. And I don't know which point is this. Learn to use tools. It is very important to find the right tool. In my blog, I already have 3 lessons. We are up to lesson 3 or lesson 4. Each lesson we have 1 or 2 sentence structures. For example, 你叫什么名字? This is in lesson 2 or something. After you know how to call your name, you will ask what is his name, what is your mom's name, what is your dad's name, what is your colleague's name, what is your co-worker's name, and what is your boss name, and what is this material's name, what is that car's name, what is that house, horse, that cat, your pet's name, and you can extend a lot. And so important thing is learning the structure and find a tool to expand, starting from a very simple thing, extend into more complicated and more variety things. And one of the best tools is dictionary. It is always very important to have a dictionary with you. And if you are not ready to make such an investment, it costs $10, $20. $10, $20, you get a very decent dictionary, depending on how many vocabularies you need. Any vocabulary any amount of vocabulary, there is a certain dictionary that matches with it. Otherwise, you use online dictionary. Oftentimes I use online dictionary. I type in something that I do not know, some words I do not know. I learned a lot of new things. Epic failure, I found that in online dictionary. And have something with you, no matter online or physical, and that will help you a lot. And write down the little things, write down the sentence structure and expand the sentence structure. And another thing is use your language. One of the best ways is use your language to talk with your neighbor. 1 moment, let me see how many minutes it is. Okay, I will put it quick. To see how talk with your neighbor, to the restaurant people or something. Another thing very important, write it down. When I was in Brazil learning language, I had a private teacher, and every day, it's not he teach